Good evening and welcome to Monday Night on Bad Dog Comedy TV, live on YouTube and Ayaka's Kitchen. Now, please give it up for your warm-up act, a toast.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Okay. Another day, another Ayaka's Kitchen, another knock. Are you ready? Okay. Knock. Who's there? I'm a fish and chips. Who's a national anthem? Fish and chips. Who's national anthem? Who? Cod. Save the queen. Cod. Save the queen. La 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 la. I'm a cod, you know, like fish and chips, cod, halibut, cod, halibut, cod, haddock, you know, like, you know what I mean. You think it's so funny. I'm having a halibut day. Okay, I'm done. Bye. Hi. Hello, everybody. Toast is done. Toast is fired because he's, you know, his puns are getting, I don't know. It's always B-, but it's okay. We still like him. That's okay. Hi, I'm Ayaka. Hi, another day, another episode of Ayaka's Kitchen. And this is a great place to be because it's Bad Dog Comedy TV. Bad Dog is a great place to be. So everybody, if you are capable of, charin, please support Bad Dog Comedy TV by donating using these links. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe, subliminal message. Sean, stop. No, Sean. People think we are bad people, but we are not bad people. We are just having fun. And today it's gonna be another very, very, very fun episode. I know it because I will introduce you to my great friend, really good friend. And I already tried the dish a little bit, and it's really, really good. So I know it's gonna be a great episode. So yeah, let's invite him over. Are you ready? Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Sam, nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
I haven't seen you for so long. So nice to have you.
Such a long time. Nice to be here in your kitchen.
Yeah, my kids are on the other side of this counter.
Yeah. Let's pretend I'm at like a bar stool on the other side of the counter. Yeah.
Actually, like that's true. Like if you were at the stool, you will be right here. So
great.
Yeah.
I'll rock back and forth. Great.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. You want another drink? Like
it's
gonna happen like that if you are actually here. Perfect. Yeah, I'm so happy to have you and hear all your stories and a little information, education about your culture, country that you're going to introduce. So let's just get into it and tell us what's your background.
So I am from England, the UK, and yeah, I guess a British citizen is how I would identify.
Okay, that's great. I want to ask you. Well, I'm okay. I'm educated. I know everything. I know everything about the world. But for some people who might be a little, not so sure about the whole thing. Tell me, England is a country, yes?
Yes.
London is the capital, yes?
Yes, London, the city, is the capital. The
capital of England. And now, sometimes United Kingdom, Great Britain, like those words are, I know everything, but like for some people, can you explain?
Yeah. So actually, funnily enough, I have this right here. This is my passport, and on the front of the passport, it's the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales are countries, and then collectively they are Great Britain or the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. A landmass. What even is land ownership? Who knows? Who could say?
There's even Isle of Man. There's like another like small country in between, right? Like there's like some things.
Like little Isle of Man. There's the Isle of Wight, which is on the south coast of England. They're all part of Britain.
Yeah. Oh,
and that's where I'm from. So that's that little dot right there. That's roughly Southampton, which is my hometown, and then the little like landmass off the coast. That's the Isle of Wight.
Wow! Oh, wow!
Wow, very good. Yeah. So Southampton, and then you see just above Southampton, there's a little dot called Romsey. So Southampton is the city. Romsey is the town, and then outside of Romsey is a little village called North Baddesley, and that's where I'm from. That's where I grew up.
And it's not on this map? No.
No, because it's very small.
How small?
I looked it up before the show, and according to the census, there's about 12,000 people in that.
12,000 people. Yeah. I'm so happy that we found you from this place.
A small country bumpkin.
I love it. I'm from small town too. I love it. It's nice to have choices. I feel like growing up in a small town is like you get to know that vibe, and then when you're older, you live in a big city. You have both, and you have choices, options, different lifestyles. It's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so now I know United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is the whole thing.
Yeah,
I knew that.
But I feel like Scottish people, Welsh people, Irish people and English people get very defensive when you lump or confuse people or lump people together. So I typically just say I'm English.
Ah, okay. Is that the normal way? Like many people say, I'm from England. I'm English.
Yeah, I think people like to. I think people generally like to identify specifically. So, like, I think if you just lumped in like a Scottish person and an English person, it might be a bit like, well, actually, I'm Scottish and I'm English. I'm not a Brit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I hear I'm Scottish more often than like. I'm from UK and then find out like that person is Scottish later. Mm-hmm. I'm Scottish. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. And I have met some people from Wales, Welsh people. Yeah, and they were so kind because they have accent and they know that some people don't understand them even though they're speaking English. So like I have accent and then I'm like, I'm so sorry, like I don't. Maybe like you don't understand some of the words I say, and they're like, no, like people don't understand us, so like we are the same. And I was oh my god, that's so nice of me.
Yeah, it's very funny when you watch TV in Canada and people have to use subtitles to watch TV, which is very funny because I can understand it and any accent in the UK. But yeah, it's interesting. The people are like, what? What are they saying?
Yeah. What's the funny thing that's like it's the same thing but you call it differently, or like funny, I don't know, swear words that like this region uses, or like is there anything like that?
I think generally there's a lot of swear words that we would use in England that are fine to use, but here it's very bad. So yeah. I don't want to. I won't say them because it's early, but I think swear words it's much more less impactful, more common to use heavier swear words, and then here if you use them, it's very shocking.
Yeah, That reminds me of my music teacher. One of them was from Scotland, and
Yeah.
when like there's like someone walking, just like walking outside of the window of the practice room where the piano is, and she is just like giving me lesson. She just calls like a she word to that person for no reason. This like she word like walking by the window like. There's no point of like calling someone that for no reason.
Yeah, it's very flippant. Yeah.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
Flippant, just like a throwaway. Like there's not much weight to the word. I think people use it all the time. Even a T word is used very commonly in England. There's an A in the English version, but it's an O in the North American version. I'll send it to you later. I'll type it out. But that word is used very flippantly and very like just throwaway word in English. It's like a slang like nickname almost.
Okay, and like people don't get offended or anything. It's just like everyone says.
It's like, oh, you're being a dummy, like or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Shannon knows what that word is. You got it.
Okay. I'll learn after the show. I'll learn.
I'll private message you. I'll send.
Okay, I'm learning. Always learning. Okay, so language is really interesting, and also the cuisine is very interesting. So let's talk about food. And tell us what you picked for the show today.
I was torn. I was like, what do I pick? And I thought I would go with something that is a little like very I guess traditionally British. You would associate it with Britain, and I thought maybe I could relate it to sushi as well. So essentially, it's fish and chips. The food is fish and chips. But I was like. It's like a fish tempura, maybe a little bit, and then like a I don't know, maybe it's a reach, but you got some tartar sauce in there, and then you got your deep fried fish and your chunky chips. And what fish is that, Ayaka?
This is haddock.
Haddock.
It's huge. This is like my hand. Like it's like twice as my hand.
It's a chunky fish. Haddock and chips is a very common thing, or cod and chips, and or halibut and chips. So any sort of like white fish deep fried.
Yes.
Battered and deep fried.
I'll show the audience. I also bought halibut. But it looked so yummy, and I already had half of it.
Very good. And you got it from Seawitch in Toronto on St. Clair West. Yes, very good. To me, I think that's my favorite fish and chip shop in Toronto. I think it's the most authentic to what you would get in England. Although in England, fish and chips usually comes wrapped in paper, like white tissue paper. And in old school, like back in the day, it was wrapped in newspaper.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's gross because you get ink on it. But there's like a special, like you put like malt vinegar on your fish and chips and salt, and then you wrap it, and then on the journey home, there's this science that happens. There's like a magic that happens in the paper that when you unwrap it, it tastes so much better. Which I don't think you get in a cardboard box. But there's something to do with like putting the salt and vinegar on it, wrapping it, taking it home, and then fish science.
It's fish science, yes.
Yeah, but it just makes it that like like that extra little.
Yeah, it's always the malt vinegar. It's not like a fancy, I don't know, grapeseed vinegar. I don't even know what kind of vinegar.
I may be wrong. But I don't think I ever knew that white clear vinegar existed until I moved to Canada.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
I just always used malt vinegar, but maybe that's because I'm common.
Common.
I don't know. I just never used or knew that white vinegar existed. I don't know, I might be.
Because you're authentic. Because you're traditional.
Yeah, I'm legit. I'm legit.
Legit, yes. Wow. Okay, so like when you have fries, we call it fries, I guess, in North America, but it's chips. is the authentic traditional way of calling it, I guess. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and like
So
chunky chips, like big, thick cut, like wedgy
they
chips.
are. They are actually. So like it's
Yeah.
never like a floppy McDonald's chips. It's always
No,
like.
I would consider that a French fry, like the long, thin one, and then that to me is like a chip.
I see. So it's like a different culture. It's like different cuisine, different country.
Yeah, they're always chunky chips. They're always like thick cut. Not quite a wedge.
It's not. It's not. It's in between.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. I never thought of that. Like French fries can be like a small, like a thinner one, and then British, like English chips are thicker. How did I
Maybe.
not know that?
And then you see how the skins are kind of kept on the end as well. Like the potatoes aren't
Like this is
peeled.
all skin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought of this.
Thank you, Shannon. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you're on the same boat with this. Shannon is on board.
Yes. Okay. So you put like vinegar and then salt, and then there's like tartar sauce. Is that a common thing as well?
I love tartar sauce. Like I think it's like it's an extra. I mean that I maybe like dip my fish in it, but like I think I'm a purist. I like just a fish and chips and salt and vinegar.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
In that way, like you really taste the fish and taste the ingredient, how fresh it is, and
And that I grew up. So Southampton is a coastal town, and I grew up spending a lot of time on the shore, on the seashore. So fish and chips like at the seaside is like a very common thing. So you get like a thing of fish and chips and eat it on the seaside, and then get attacked by seagulls.
Yeah. I can picture it. Like how you explain, I can picture it.
Yeah. So and my dad and I would go crabbing. There's a place called Mudderford Quay, and we would like. If you've ever been crabbing, anyone watching at home, bacon or ham is a really good bait, and it's like just a long string, and you just hang it in the over the edge of the harbor or whatever, and then pull up, and you got little crabbies on your ham. And then it's really good for like shellfish, like cockles and mussels and winkles, and then and like very fresh. And again, you would just put like a little salt and pepper and like a vinegar on it, and just eat them with like a toothpick.
How do you cook it? Or
do
you eat it raw? You eat it raw. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think there's something in the vinegar that like will like just like cook it. You know how like ceviche is like
ceviche,
like cooked in the acidity of the lime juice.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's the same science.
You eat it like that? I had no idea.
Just like cockles and winkles, little shellfish.
Yeah, that's like sushi, sashimi, same. Like you just fish it and just eat it there. That's so funny. And you mentioned like you're thinking this is like a fish tempura goes well with sushi. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking like soy sauce will go so well with this.
That's a good. I've never tried soy sauce on fish and chips, but maybe that's a new thing.
Yeah, I can tell. I haven't tried, but I can tell it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned a fun fact about fish and chips recently.
Yeah.
Not recently.
Tell us.
It's one of the only foods in wartime Britain that wasn't rationed. Like, because it's such a staple in British culture, British food, that in the war, everything was rationed except for fish and chips. So you can get your fish and chips regularly.
Like survive the hard times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was and then I think like bread was another thing, and like baked beans were like not rationed.
Yeah. Whoa.
We love history.
Yeah. So like we do. So it's not like a pop food. It's been around for like centuries.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know about centuries, but like it's been very popular in Britain. I think there's like it's one of the most common like takeout. That's the other thing.
Yes.
You don't like sit in a fish and chip shop. It's always a takeout food.
Is there any like fancy fish and chips ever? Have you ever heard of it? Fancy one?
I've never been to a fancy fish and chip shop. I
Yeah.
like there's one in like my hometown that you would go to like on a Friday
Mm,
night, like grab
mm,
some fish and chips.
yeah.
Um, but they're always usually like a takeout
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Always. I
Yeah.
like that. That really shows the culture. I feel like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Let's go.
they're always pretty much the same. There's always like a you go in and there's always like a glass counter with like the fish and the chips and everything. And another like thing that you would get with you can get fish and chips. You get a battered sausage, which is just
Buttered.
sausage dipped in batter and then deep fried.
Deep fried.
Yeah, or you can get a saveloy, which is a long red like red sausage, which is
Mm,
definitely not like a lot of meat in it.
mm,
Kind of gross. And then like a mushy pea, a deep fried pea fritter.
yeah. Yeah.
So you like get a ball of mushy peas, and then you
Mm.
batter it and deep fry it, and you get like a little like baseball size deep fried pea thing. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah,
I have to try it.
yeah.
The sound of it didn't convince me it's
Oh
good,
yeah, it
but
sounds disgusting. I fully realize, but it is worth a try. I would recommend.
yeah, I'll try anything. Wow, that's so
Yeah,
interesting. Does it have lots of calories? Like I should be
I feel
careful with heart attack.
I don't know. I feel like you got your greens. It's your peas. They're good for you, and then the batter.
True.
Not great.
It's
And like
like half vegetable. Yeah.
white fish and potatoes. It just happens to be covered in batter and fried in oil. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These vegetable. They are vegetable. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's something I need to try. Is that from your hometown or like anywhere in England you can try?
Anywhere in England, yeah. There's also this
Okay,
like
good.
weird. There's also this like weird trend of like deep fried Mars bars for a bit. I,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I tried that in Canada too.
mm, yeah.
Yeah. I guess deep frying everything is great. Anything with deep
Yeah.
fry.
A lot of people do like make fun of English culture being like everything is fried and like beige, and I
Mhm.
do get quite like I do everything is beige, and I do get a little bit defensive.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But I'm not really building a case for myself. I realize right now everything I'm describing is just fried and beige looking.
Oh, yes. If you were not gonna talk about it, I was gonna bring it up. Yeah, like how you feel about like the reputation of like British cuisine. And
Yeah,
I have talked to like some people from that area, and then they were like, yeah, we have fine food, but not like French people cooking for hours to
yeah.
present.
I think
But yeah. Go ahead.
to me, like I think British food is like very wholesome, like like a shepherd's pie or like
Yes.
a something with like meat, vegetables, and a potato probably is like
Yeah.
and a gravy maybe. But like a roast,
Yeah.
I almost picked a roast dinner, like a roast beef dinner for this show
Oh, that would be
because
really good too. That would be really
yeah,
good too.
but
Yeah.
there's so many ingredients in it, and I was like, what? How would you put that in? I feel like this would be like a more an easier and more representative dish. But yeah, roast dinner, like
Mm.
anything that's like involves like throwing something in the oven and then like sitting around a table together. Good
Yeah.
wholesome like
Oh, nice.
filling
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. I love shepherd's pie, and I didn't even realize that's like a British thing. I didn't even
Yeah,
realize that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like so much food comes from like I don't know. I really like listening to like food books,
Hmm.
like audiobooks while I cook. And I truly can't remember the name of it, and I don't know why I brought it up. But there's a book about like trying to discover where French cooking comes from, and the
Hmm.
author basically suggests that it comes from Italy, like Italian cooking. So like when industrialization happened, like basically everywhere just stole everyone else's ideas, and
Yeah.
like the basis of like a soup in Italy becomes the basis of like a stew in France, and then
Yeah.
anyway, it's interesting stuff that like
Yeah.
everyone borrows from everyone, I think, and everyone like
Mm-hmm.
gets ideas and tips from other people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And if it's better, then that's great. If it's worse, then just respect the original, I guess.
Yeah. Also, I feel like
Yeah.
because Britain, let's not beat around the bush. Britain, colonizers, so they have a deep history of going to other countries and just being like, oh, this is nice, I'll take this.
Yeah.
So I think British food has a lot of influence from like outside of Britain as well.
Yeah.
Like chicken tikka masala is like a
Yes.
huge, like Indian dish, but it was invented in Manchester, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like chicken tikka is like is a way of cooking chicken, right? But then the masala is the sauce. I think the origin story is like someone thought it was like dry and they needed like sauce with their chicken, so they invented like this tomato-y sauce, which became chicken tikka masala. Wow, I'm full of food history facts today, everybody.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's seriously good. Yeah, I hear about like all the Indian food. Like in England, there's so many like amazing Indian restaurants, East Indian restaurants, and yeah, some the dishes are invented, created in England, and yeah, I gotta try it. They bend it like Beckham.
Yes. Yeah. There's like a huge South Asian population. Uh, oh,
Are you looking at this?
yeah, Captain Crispy is dropping some knowledge in the chat.
Oh, Captain Crispy. First animal come from Anglo background, but the meat, beef, ham, mutton comes from the French because they were in power at the time. That's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Food
Thank you for
history.
sharing, Captain Crispy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you, Captain
the
Crispy.
knowledge. Yeah.
Sam, so like what's like a typical a day? Like what do you eat? Like in the morning, lunch, dinner, or do you have different times of the day? Oh, afternoon tea? Like yeah, tell us. What's like a typical thing?
Like me now or like English people? Because I feel like
yeah.
I'm not representative very much. I'm like very much a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
I like tea. I just don't typically drink it a lot. Shocking, I know. I think afternoon tea is maybe is like historically a thing, but not anymore. Like I think my family are big tea drinkers and they drink tea throughout the day. And I think something that I kind of miss about England is like you can just like show up to someone's house and immediately get offered a cup of tea. Like it's like the first, like you walk in the front door and it's like, tea? Should I put the kettle on? And that's like a very common thing, like to offer someone a cup of tea as soon as you come into their house. That's very funny to me.
What kind of tea?
Like I guess like English breakfast tea, but
English
like
breakfast.
just like a Tetley or like a PG Tips or like a black tea.
Yeah. Do people drink
not orange pekoe, like an orange pekoe.
Orange pekoe.
Yeah.
Do people drink different kinds of tea, like oolong tea or green tea, jasmine tea, all that kind of stuff, or they're always like black tea always?
Yeah, I love jasmine tea. My grandparents travel a lot through Asia, and they would bring tea back with them. So I would go to my grandparents' house and drink like different fancy teas. Like,
that's cool.
But your classic like just a tea bag in the teapot and like boom.
What about
afternoon tea? But like afternoon tea, like I don't think it happens. It's like a special occasion thing, right? It's like you go to the Ritz and have afternoon tea or whatever. It's not really like a normal thing people do.
Okay. Do you put like milk and sugar or like just straight up? You do.
I have learned over the years to just have it with milk. Because tea is like tea with sugar. I think is a point of contention. Like there's something called like builder's tea, which is like really strong builder's tea. So when you would like a construction worker wants a cup of tea, it's going to be like strong, like the tea bag's still in it, like you're steeping that forever, and it's like
Uh-huh.
strong tea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then milk and sugar. I like milk and sugar, but I
Uh-huh.
definitely maybe just a little splash of milk, and that's a builder's tea.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
strong.
Do you use cream ever?
No,
It's
I
always
don't.
milk.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So that's what people just offer you. Do you have that in the morning as well?
yeah. You'd like start the day with a cup of tea, but like
Okay. Do you have
I know if
any
I have family members who would drink like 12 cups of tea a day.
what?
Yeah,
Is that healthy?
yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, you have to brush teeth all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay. And no one have coffee, no one has coffee there ever?
yeah.
Just tea?
Coffee's
They
big.
do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just like warm drink in general. They like it.
Yeah, maybe it's something to do with the weather. I don't know. Like I feel like
I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure it's
yeah.
a lot to do with it. Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I feel like coffee shops started to pop up a lot. Like you got your like
Mhm.
Costa Coffee and your like Cafe Nero and I guess a Starbucks every now and then. But like there would just be like nice little coffee shops popping up, chain coffee shops pop up in every town.
Costa Coffee is from England. I see that in Toronto.
Costa Coffee? I don't know if it is
Yeah.
English, but there's a lot of chains in England.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
go and
lots
get
of
like a
coffee.
fancy coffee. Yeah.
Fancy coffee. And then do you eat anything for breakfast?
Like in England or me?
Yeah, in England. Oh, both. But in England, do people eat what's like a typical breakfast in England?
I think like cereal, oatmeal, maybe. There's like a
Oatmeal. Yes.
yeah, but like a full English breakfast is like something that my dad will make on the weekends sometimes when I
Okay.
go home to visit. Like that would be
Nice.
that's like I would say your classic English breakfast, which would be like bacon, eggs, like baked beans, maybe a sausage, maybe some like fried tomatoes, fried mushrooms,
Yeah.
maybe some black pudding if you're nasty. I love black
What's
pudding.
black pudding? What's black?
I say it out loud. I'm afraid to admit to it, but it is sausage made of blood.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. And then
I
you
know
got like
some people
white.
love it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like a very rich, dense, but you would only eat like a little disc of it. It's like you can't have a whole sausage of it because it would make you sick, I think. But like
Yeah.
like a full English breakfast would be like
Oh.
like a plate of just like fried again fried
Right.
breakfast food,
Beige.
beige, and then
Beige.
yeah. That would be
Okay.
like but I think that's like a special. Like my favorite thing is like get like a greasy spoon, like a little cafe, like and go to get a like a cheap greasy breakfast. It's very good for a
Yeah.
hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greasy. And then fish and chips is like lunch or
I
any.
used to when one of my first jobs in England was when I was a teenager. I'd work in retail, and on my lunch break, I'd sometimes go and get fish and chips for lunch. But to me, I think it's more of a person in my family. It's more of a dinner, I would say.
Okay, it's dinner. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's like a typical lunch then?
I don't know. Sandwiches, like it's something I really miss about England is like a meal deal. So if you go into any drugstore, like a Boots or a Superdrug, you got your meal deals, which is like a sandwich and a packet of crisps and like a chocolate bar and a drink or something, or any combination of that, and it's very cheap. And that would be like a very like quick, easy, convenient, cheap lunch.
Okay, so like lunch is usually like quick thing, and then you take more time to eat dinner.
I think it depends. Like, yeah, I think like to me, like dinner is like that, like sit down with a family and have like a proper, and then like fish and chips is like a special occasion, like it's like once a week thing. You wouldn't need it like all the time. It's just like like Friday nights we'll have fish and chips, and it'll be like we'll like run down the chip shop and get some fish and chips or whatever.
Yeah, I just recently saw a map of Europe where it's colored different colors, And there are countries who take longer to enjoy lunch, and there are countries
Oh, really?
take more time for dinner. Like which meal is like longer and more important in the sense of like take time and make it a bigger deal. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in England was like dinner
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, that
But
makes sense.
Many other countries in Europe, they take longer lunch and dinner is kind of light. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. It was interesting to see. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
So you have fish and chips, and then what kind of drinks do you have if you're a drinker?
Beer.
Wait a second. As I was asking, I remembered I had warm beer in England, in London.
Really?
It was warm, and then like they're like, this is how we serve it. Is that something?
I mean, like, I've been teased for that, but like, I would never in my life order a warm beer. Like, like in
What's
pubs,
that
in pubs in England, you got those like, I think it's a Carlsberg or there's like a Guinness tap specifically, and it is like frozen on the outside. Like everything's like all the pumps are chill. So like, I think it's like
Yeah.
maybe an old school thing. I don't know, but like a warm beer, like
Okay.
that sounds awful to me.
Oh yeah, I couldn't finish it, but like someone told me that's the authentic way to have it, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it, and I
Yeah.
felt like I don't know, I was drinking bread water. Like it was
Yeah, dense. Yeah,
yeah.
that's funny.
Wow. So beer is a thing that everyone drinks. And
Yeah.
well, we've been talking about food this whole time, but like culture-wise, you have so much like sports and like music and like so many different things happening, right? Like, do you remember going to like concerts or like sport events or anything?
Yeah, I'm not really like my family's not really a sports family, I wouldn't say. Like but like football is definitely like soccer is definitely a big thing. I'm from Southampton, so our team is the Saints.
The
Um,
Saints.
yeah, red and white striped jerseys. But yeah, like concerts, lots of like big like we would go to a gig and watch a gig, which would be like a music concert.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like going out for drinks is a big thing. Like going out for like drinks after work or whatever is a big thing. I think comedy is such a huge part of British culture. I
Really?
think,
Cool.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
a lot of like TV, like we would like as a kid, I would always get fish and chips and then on a Friday night or Saturday night, and then sit down and watch TV with my family. Like that was like a
Yeah.
thing. Like sit down and watch whatever was on TV together. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I feel like we don't have enough time to talk about this because it's so funny because so many people told me like English or like British food, like there's not much happening. But we actually talked so much about food in this episode, and we didn't even have like chance to talk about like other things. But yeah, you are proving to us that there's a lot more happening in England. So we can go try all the food. And yeah, as we are talking, I already made sushi. So here is the
Amazing.
roll. Yeah, Seann, you name this?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I think "God Save the Queen" is a very good, that's a very good name for this roll. The "God Save the Queen" roll.
Roll.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm gonna have it. And as I said, I have soy sauce here, and I have to try it with soy sauce. I'm sure it's going to go really good with soy sauce. Yeah, as you said, like there's so many like a tempura, yam roll, or like stuff like that, and this is fish, so I can't see why not. Like this is not gonna be bad. But when I eat it, I don't want people to hear me chew. So if you wanna sing a song, please do.
Oh, really?
Anything. Yeah, or tell us a joke, or you can keep talking about British facts. But I would love to hear you sing.
Maybe I'll just talk about British.
Okay, so tell us about the part that we couldn't touch on. How about if I'm going to England, where should I go? What do you suggest for anyone like travelers to go see? And
I feel like
itadakimasu.
I feel like London is your like obvious go-to, but there's so many great cities like Liverpool and Manchester, like cultural hubs. Like my hometown, very historic. It's where the Titanic sailed from, but we don't talk about that. But there's like a lot of maritime museums on the south coast. I love it, like a Cornwall or Devon getaway. It's very like seaside town, country, like beautiful landscapes. We can go up north to the Lake District. We can see some beautiful hills and lakes. We can go to Wales. We can go to Scotland and see some beautiful countryside. There's so much to do in England outside of London. So
Everybody, go visit United
Yeah.
Kingdom.
I would recommend. How was it, Ayaka?
It's so good. This
Yeah?
like it cannot be bad. Like this is like what like you can sell this. Talk to Sewage. They might wanna.
Yeah. Sea Witch, get onto it, okay? You could make a lot of money with this. So
Yes, it's so good. Yeah, soy sauce they and sushi they go well so together. So
who'd have thought
maybe
it?
like fish and chips places you can have a little soy sauce bottle by the counter. Like people have
Yeah.
malt vinegar and soy sauce.
Yeah.
I will do it. Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. So
Did you try the
yeah.
tartar sauce?
Oh, I have when I couldn't wait for the show and I tried hot dog. I tried. Yeah. But yeah, it's really good. It's like what's in tartar sauce? It's egg, mayonnaise. Usually
know.
like pickles or something, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's like pickles, big pickles, and
Mhm.
mayonnaise. I don't know. It's a white cream sauce, maybe.
Mhm.
Who knows? Someone quickly Google it.
There's like what is it? Pickle. I think
There's
it's
definitely like
pickles or
a
dill.
pickle.
Yeah, some kind of like a green thing.
That's like fancy stuff though. There's stuff you get in the packets. That's like the cheap and cheerful basic
It's
stuff.
good.
Relish and
It's
mayo.
good.
Huh. Thank you, Shannon.
Yeah.
Our personal
Okay.
researcher for this episode.
Thank you, Shannon. Yeah. Oh, so good. This is the fanciest fish and chips I have ever had. Like it's so big, but you think that's like a regular size for fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah. Oh, Sean's saying mayonnaise, pickles, lemon juice, capers. Yes, I taste that. Dill, Worcestershire sauce, and
Yeah.
mustard. Yes, makes sense.
Yeah. Checks out.
Makes sense.
Checks out.
Yeah. So mystery solved. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a success. I wish I had longer time to hear more, like your personal stories and like more stories about England. But we talked about food. Who would have thought England food? There's so much to talk about. Genuine interview. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Like I'm genuinely like curious about everyone's story. So yeah. Anyone watching? Anyone wants to talk about your stories? Come on down.
Yeah. And here's the thing, everyone watching at home. Ayaka's like this in real life. Like she's genuinely a very nice and interested person when she's not doing a show. So she's a natural. She was born to do Ayaka's Kitchen.
Oh, Sam, thank you. Yeah, I'm just a curious person. I want to eat everything. I want to eat everything from everywhere in the world. So
that's the best way to explore a new city, I think, right? And a new country.
Mm-hmm.
Go and eat.
Yes.
Go out and eat.
Yes, I agree. 127%. Seriously, it's so good. So thank you, Sam, for this introducing me to something that I didn't expect to be like, it's gonna be a big meal. And now like I might just go have fish and chips more often.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Ayaka. It's
Thank
been an
you.
absolute treat as always to hang out.
Thank you. And yeah, let's talk more because I didn't ask you everything I wanted to ask you. The food, so much food talk, but more stories I need. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, so below is the Bad Dog Comedy TV donation link. Bad Dog is a great place to be, everybody. So donate and support Bad Dog because it's a great place to be. And thank you, Sean. Pew, pew, pew,
Thank you,
pew.
Sean.
Sean's running the show. Sean's helping me. Do you have everything? Do I have everything? Sean's like, do you have rice? I don't have seaweed. So thank you, Sean. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, this was great. Delicious, great friendship, great conversation. Now I'm convinced I really need to go visit England.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go together.
I would love to. Sam, is there like anything that we like Canadians don't say, but like British people say as like bye or like see you later or like thank you or anything like that?
Stereotypically, I feel like people think that we say cheerio a lot.
Cheerio?
Never said it in my life. But ta-ta. I don't know.
Okay, that's how we're gonna close this episode. Are you ready?
So
Okay,
let's
Sam,
say
thank you.
let's give the people what they want. Let's say cheerio, ta-ta, even though I've never said it genuinely in my life.
Okay, Sam, thank you so much for being here. Cheerio, ta-ta.
Cheerio, ta-ta.